Happy Wednesday, you guys. I've been reflecting a lot on my 2026 and how imperative it is for me and the things that I want to implement for 2026. The things that I want to implement is just as important as me waking up and breathing. That's how deep and serious it is for me. So, one of the things that I told myself that I was going to be implementing in 2026, and my spirit told me, which is God, is to get tighter in everything. And I think that is so important. Get tighter in my finances, get tighter with saving, get tighter in business, get tighter mentally, physically, emotionally, get back in church, read your word. Get tighter. That's what God told me within my spirit. It's not like I heard his voice, but my spirit was telling me you need to get tighter. The second thing is I'm not even being funny. This is so serious and it's so important for me and my mental health. 2026, I am no longer talking about anything regarding family, any negativity, any more parenting, co-parenting, or relationships. I will no longer be sharing any of my relationships or what's going on. If I'm single in a relationship, I will no longer be sharing that. I do not want to share any family dynamics anymore. And I no longer want to share anything that's like really private. I feel like I need to keep a lot of things to myself. I feel like the only things that I honestly want to talk about and that I have time for is business. Me worrying about building a business, a successful business, and my kids' future, the kids that are in my home. Okay, and when I say the kids that are in my home, my old followers, you already know the story of that. I don't even feel like going over it right now today. The family dynamic has not changed. My family dynamic is not going to change. And it's very sad and it's very sickening. I feel like probably 10 years, 15 years from now, I might write a book about it if God blesses me to do so, or I might just tell my story and hopefully I'll have a great testimony to tell 10, 15 years from now. But as of right now, the current situation is still current, it's still ongoing when it comes to my family dynamic, and that has not changed, and it is the most toxic family dynamic that you could have ever heard of. If you guys are my old followers, and I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, nothing has changed. Zero has changed, but I have changed who I talk to. I have blocked numbers. I just no longer want to be in contact with anyone. I'm not mad at everyone, but some people I will probably never speak to. Some people you just cannot take with you, and I'm not taking a lot of people with me. I do not want to have any type of conversation or be connected in any type of way, shape, or form respectfully. So nothing has changed in the family dynamic, and I don't want to talk about that anymore. I have so much to be grateful for. I want to focus on my future, and I want to focus on my 4 children that are in my home. I did all I could do when it came to my situation with my oldest child. And if you know the story, great. And if you don't know the story, I do not know what to tell you. I guess you're going to have to come up with the own story in your head. But I can tell you this: you will not be able to look me up and find anything. And that's what's so absurd about the situation. Usually there's some type of trail, but when it comes to Trish, there's no trail. So it's just a very disgusting, toxic, devilish situation. Relationship wise, I do not want to get into that. For the people who know, great. For the people who don't know, oh well. And that's about it. Family, relationships, I don't want to talk about any of that anymore. I only want to talk about, and what I will be talking about, is business, growth, positivity, God, my 4 children that are in my home, and focusing on their future. That's it. I'm so ready for 2026. 2026 is really saying less and doing so much more, keeping a lot of things private. I'm only going to be talking to God about a lot of things, and my therapist, and praying. much, much more. I pray, but you can get deeper. And that's it. I don't want to keep talking about the same old situations over and over and over and over and year after year. Once I'm done, I'm done. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. So that's where I am. Have a great Wednesday. Make sure you guys end this year off great. I am blessed. God blessed me with the new home. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to actually pay all of these bills and do all of these things on my own for my kids with a little bit of support. Thank you, God, for that. Not a little bit support. I'm not going to do that with support. I am happy to have my support that I do have, and I'm not going to, it's nobody's business but mine's. But I am happy, and a lot of things I just need to start to keep to myself and pray to God about it. But I will no longer be bringing years of trauma, years of hurt, years of pain into 2026. I will be shutting my mouth completely and talking about business and my children and worrying about their future. That is what my mind is on, my future, my kids, and where we're going. My mind is no longer on, let's talk about what happened with a relationship. Let's talk about what's going on currently with the relationship, whether I'm in one or not. No one will know. And I'm not talking about any more family dynamics because that has not changed and it's not going to change. But you know what can change? I can focus on changing me. I can focus on changing who I talk to. I can focus on every year talking about that, or I can just give it all to God and not talk about it at all and just really work on self and growing. My main focus is growth, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And my only main focus is growth, me and my children and their growth and their happiness. That's all I care about. So that's what my 2026 is about. And I have some other things that I would like to share, but I think I'm going to keep that to myself because I want to actually do it and not talk about it. Have a good day, you guys, and be blessed.